So the first thing that we're going to want to do is, of course, be inside of our ads manager. And once we are, we're going to press the green create button right here in the top left. And now we are brought to the campaign objective types, and we can choose between awareness, traffic, engagement, leads, ad promotion, and sales. So if we're looking for webinar registrations, which we are, then we are going to select leads, and then we are going to select continue. I like to always select a manual leads campaign and select continue again. Now we are brought inside of the campaign, and we are now looking at the campaign level. So the first thing that we always want to do is name our campaign. So what we always want to do is start with labeling it L1 or L2. And L1 signifies that this is a prospecting campaign or a campaign that's going out to cold traffic or people who've never heard of us before. And L2 signifies that this is an ad going to warm traffic or people who have seen us in the past or are familiar with us in some sort of way. And then in the middle, we always just like to put what the actual objective is, right? So what we're looking for is webinar registrations. So we're going to put in webinar registrations. We always tag at the end the actual campaign objective, which is leads. So this is a leads campaign, so we just add that to the end so we know that this is a leads campaign. And that's all we're gonna have to do on the campaign level. So we can go to the bottom right and we can select next, and now we are taken to the ad set level. So we're going to have 3 different ad sets, and they're all going to be going to the same exact audience. And the reason for this is because we are testing the ads. So when you're testing, when you're running ads, it's very important to make sure that you're keeping every other variable constant except the one variable that you're testing. So if we're testing the copy, then everything else needs to be the exact same. But in this instance, we're testing the ads, so that means everything else needs to be the exact same, including the targeting or the audience. So that way we know the difference in the results is strictly due to the difference in the ads that are being shown. And we always name the name of the ad set, the name of the audience that we're targeting. So for you guys, since we're going to be testing the ads, I would recommend you guys use an audience that you guys have success with already. That way you are testing all of these new ads to a winning audience already. And if you don't have that, then you're just gonna have to do some testing to find an audience that actually works well for your offer and what you're selling. So I'm just going to use a winning, or at least an example of a winning audience for this tutorial. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're gonna go with online advertising. We are running ads for this campaign is gonna be for our Facebook ads webinar. So we can do something that is directly related to our product or our service, which is online advertising. And if you didn't know, that is our 3-layer targeting strategy, but I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. Going down to conversion location, we're going to select website, and we're going to make sure that we're sending them to our webinar registration opt-in page, right? That's where we want to send all of the traffic. Performance goals, we want to maximize number of conversions. Data set, make sure you have your pixel, and conversion event, make sure you set up your conversion event and you include it here as well. You would probably select lead. This is just a demo account for me, so I don't have it set up on this particular account. Going down to budget, we are going to be doing $20 a day per ad set for at least the first 3 to 5 days. So it's going to be a total of about $60 per day, right? That is what I would recommend to start initially testing. You guys can do it however you see fit. You can do more, you can do less if you want, but that would be my initial recommendation, at least for the first 3 to 5 days before scaling up or going down. Going down to locations here. So this is where you're going to select the countries that you want to show your ads to. So I'm in the United States and I want people in the United States to register. So I'm going to leave mine on United States, but you guys can select wherever you want to show your ads. Going down to Advantage Plus Audience, we are going to switch to original audience options and use original audience. And now we have different targeting options that you guys can see here. So we have age, we have gender, and then we have advantage detailed targeting. Plus, I like to typically leave age and gender alone and kind of let the copy and the creative kind of do some of the targeting for me in terms of the type of person that I'm trying to look for. But you can fill that in if you know specifically that people above a certain age are not interested, or if it's only for a certain gender. So let's go to advanced detailed targeting, and we can go to browse. So if you guys want to find targeting options that are actually good, that will actually help you make more sales, then you're going to want to use my 3-layer targeting formula, right? So layer 1 is something that is directly related to your product or your service. Layer 2 is an interest that is direct or that is closely related to your product or your service. And layer 3 is something that may be unrelated, but your ideal clients or customers are also interested in, right? So since we're only using one targeting option here, we are going to go with a layer 1 targeting strategy, which is something that is directly related to our product or our service, which is online advertising, like you guys saw. So we're going to go with that. So we have online advertising in there, and that's all we're going to need to do for this ad set. And now we can go to the bottom right and we can select next. Now we are taken to the ad level, and again, we're going to name it. So you're going to have multiple different video ads to create that we'll get to later, but you'll just name this. So let's just say this is the first one. So we'll name this video 1, right? So we have this name. Now we're going down to identity. You're going to make sure your Facebook page is selected. Make sure your Instagram account is selected. Again, this is a demo account for me. Going down to creative source, we're going to manual upload, format, single image or video. Destination, you're going to make sure you put your website URL right here, and make sure that this is the URL for the webinar registration opt-in page. It's very important to make sure that you have the correct link there, because this is where the people are going to be taken to after they click your ad. Now continuing to go down, let's go to add creative and set up creative. And we're going to select video ad. So you can create site links right here, but you don't need to do that. So to get our creatives, what we're going to do is go to ChatGPT like we are, and we're going to give it this prompt. So act as a direct response video ad expert. I want you to create Facebook video ad ideas using my proven 4-step formula. Step 1 is a strong hook. Grab attention fast in the first 3 seconds. Step 2, credibility or intro. Establish who I am and why they should listen or trust me. Step 3 is give value. So you want to educate, demonstrate, or provide insight without giving away everything. And step 4 is a clear call to action. So clear, compelling instruction on what to do next. Make sure that each ad idea gives value and helps the person watching the ad do, become, or have something. Regardless if they click our ad or not, they should get value from watching the video. And here's my offer: a Facebook ads webinar that teaches people how to launch profitable campaigns. So even though we're using ChatGPT to help create ideas for us, we are still giving it the framework, right? So it's important that we have our own frameworks that we know work from, working on these types of campaigns for years now. And then we can just take the framework and then provide it to ChatGPT to give us endless amounts of ideas within the framework that we already know works. So this just helps us really test a lot faster, because we are getting so much more creative ideas in faster than, a human could if you pay them full time to just think of them themselves, right? So using AI is a tremendous advantage if you use it smart and if you use it properly. So let's submit this prompt and let's see the type of ideas that we get. And just like that, as you guys can see, we get a bunch of these different ideas, right? So I'm only going to read through one, but of course you guys will read through all of them. And for this example, we're going to be testing 3. So pick 3 that you like, or, I would always recommend you guys infuse this with your own experience and your own expertise, so you're not just blindly copying what the AI is telling you. So you see what the ideas that they're giving you, and then you just take the idea and then you can kind of build on it from there. But that just cuts down so much time. You don't have to, think about it yourself originally. They give you the base and you can kind of just finish it off from there. So let's read this first one. So ad idea number 1, why your Facebook ads aren't working and how to fix it. So a strong hook: if your Facebook ads are burning cash but getting no sales, this is probably why. Credibility and introduction: I'm enter your name, and I've managed over X million in meta ads for online businesses, coaches, and local pros. And I've seen this mistake ruin campaigns over and over again. Give value: Most people skip this one thing, aligning their ad message with what their buyer actually wants. It's not about features, it's about outcomes. Let me give you an example. Quick demo, bad ad versus good ad example. This course has 7 modules versus here's how one module helped the client go from 0 to 37 leads a week. Call to action. If you want to launch ads that actually convert, not just get impressions, then register for my free Facebook ads webinar. I'll walk you through the exact campaign structure that generates clients on autopilot. And guys, it's very important to remember that we want to make sure that we're giving extreme value in these ads. In my experience running these campaigns for years, the best ads are the ones that are giving value, meaning helping them do something, helping them become something, helping them have something. These are always the videos or the ads that get the highest amount of conversions from them. They get the most saves, the most shares, highest click-through rates, all of that, right? So it's important that we understand that when we're running these ads, we are interrupting. When we're running Facebook ads, we are interrupting somebody's day with our ad. So the least that we can do for interrupting them is give them a reason to sit through our interruption, right? So make sure that the video ad that you make is actually helping them. So you want to add whatever information you need to add to these ad ideas that you get to make them as strong and valuable as possible. And then after you do that, you're going to pick 3 of them that you like, tweak them however you want, record them, and then you're going to upload them into that Facebook ads campaign. Now, this is the text section, and now this is where we are going to head over to ChatGPT to get some of our copy. So let's go get that, and when we're done, we'll come back and paste it. Now, to get the copy, we're going to use this prompt. And of course, you're going to update the copy to reflect your webinar is going to be about whatever it is you do, of course. So it reads like this. Write a Facebook ad using the PAS framework. The ad should target coaches and course creators who are struggling to get consistent leads or sales from Facebook ads. Aggravate the pain with emotional and specific language, then present my free Facebook ads webinar as a solution. Keep the tone direct and motivational and end with a strong call to action. So if you don't know, the PAS method just stands for pain, agitation, and then solution. So we want to call out the pain point, agitate the pain point so they now know that this truly is a problem, and then or offer them a solution which frames us as the best solution to solve that problem. So, and like I said, of course, you're going to update this information to fit your own business and your own offer. And then once you have that in, we're going to submit this prompt. So in just a few seconds, we get this output. So I'll read this, but before I even get into it, of course, like always, when we're dealing with AI, you want to take what they give you and you want to infuse it with your own knowledge and expertise to create the best copy or creative, whatever it is you're using ChatGPT for, possible, right? You never want to just copy and paste as is whatever the AI gives you, because 1, they can make mistakes, and 2, they don't know your business like you do. So it's important that we use these AI tools as what they are. They're tools to help us, be more efficient, create more content and things like that, but they should not be doing the work for us, which is why even when we are using it, we are still giving it the frameworks to work within. We're not letting it create anything it wants. We're creating confinement for it to have to stay inside of to give us the type of output that we want, because these methods that at least that I use have been proven to work and generate sales for numerous different types of businesses in different types of industries. So I'm only going to use ChatGPT within the frameworks of, methods that I know work, just with my own personal experience. So let's read this copy. Struggling to get leads from Facebook ads, no matter how much you spend, you're not alone. Every week I talk to coaches and course creators pouring hundreds into ads, only to wake up to crickets. No leads, no sales, just a drained bank account and growing sense of doubt. You start wondering, is it the targeting? Is my offer broken? Maybe ads just don't work for me. The truth, it's not you. It's the strategy you're following. Most ad gurus give you generic advice that doesn't work for high-ticket programs or info products. You need a proven game plan that speaks to your ideal client, stops the scroll, and turns clicks into cash. That's exactly what I'm teaching in my free Facebook ads webinar. I'll break down the exact campaign structure I've used to help coaches generate 500K plus in sales with no big budget, no fancy funnels, and no guesswork. Learn how to attract high-quality leads who are ready to buy, discover the 3 ad types that consistently convert for online offers, steal my exact targeting and copy framework built for coaches and course creators. If you're tired of wasting money and want a real strategy that gets results, this is your invitation. Reserve your free spot now before it fills up. Then we have a button that's to sign up for the free webinar. So of course, like I said, you're going to take this base and you're going to infuse it with your own knowledge and your own expertise and experience to craft the most strongest copy with the best pulling power. And after you've done that, you're going to copy and you're going to paste it back into the Facebook ads campaign. So after you have your copy pasted in, we can select next. And also make sure you get your call to action so you can select whichever one works best for you. I like learn more, but again, select whichever one works for you. And then we're going to select next. And now we are taken to media. So this is where you're going to upload a video that you're going to use for your video ads, right? This is where you're going to upload them. So I would upload all three that you're going to use, and then you only select one for right now, but you'll just have all three uploaded into the Facebook so you can easily get them later. So we have this video here that we're going to use for our example, and we're going to next. So you can trim it, you can crop it, you can add enhancements, whatever you want. Cool. So we have that video in here now, and that is all we're gonna have to do on this level, right? So we're gonna go back to the ad set online advertising, and what we're gonna do is go to the 3 lines over the ad set online advertising, or this is going to be something different for you, but for me, this is what it is. Go to action menu, and then we're going to quick duplicate. And now it made a copy of the ad set, which means it also made a copy of the ad level as well. So what we're going to do now is go to that second ad level, that duplicated ad level that it just created. And we are now going to change this name to video 2. And now we're going to go down and we are going to upload this second video, right? So we're going to edit media, and we're going to change video, and you are going to have your second video that's uploaded, and you are going to upload that right here, right? So make sure you guys do that. I'm not going to do that, but just for the sake of this example, that's what you're going to do. Take that second video, upload it in. After you do that, you're going to do the same exact thing. Go to the ad set again, that duplicated ad set. You can get rid of the copy if you want. And then you're going to click the 3 dots and quick duplicate one more time. And then we're going to go to that duplicated ad set and do the same exact thing. This is video 3. Go down, edit media, change video, and then you're going to upload or select your 3rd video right there. And then you'll have all 3 of your videos ready to go. You'll have everything in. Just quickly review it, make sure everything is straight. Then you can go back to the campaign level that we are at right here. And then in the bottom right, you can select publish. Your ads will be reviewed and they will be ready to go and they will start running. Like I said earlier, make sure that you're running these ads for at least 3 to 5 days before you touch anything, before you make any adjustments. You need to allow your ads to actually run and spend money before you can actually get an accurate depiction of what's actually going on. So make sure you let your ads run for at least 3 days before you make any changes. And then at that point, you should have some data to actually look at to be able to make some adjustments moving forward. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, make sure you guys give me a like, comment, subscribe, hit those bell notifications so you can be notified when I drop a video just like this one. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.